Hey Dad, hey Greg, hey y'all. Well, welcome back to Wrench It Wheel It. Out in the shop again today, and gonna get started on the wash and the metal prep with the POR 15. Get all the junk cleaned off of the rails of the body cart, get this thing pushed out into the driveway, and try and get all that cleaning and everything done. Probably come in here with the vacuum or the blower or something and try and help get that water out of there after I'm finished. So get that done, get that dried out, and then I'll be able to start painting on the POR 15. May go ahead and start drilling some holes for the spot welds while I'm waiting on all that, and I think it'll be in pretty good shape after that. So went to pull the Trans Am out, and I found out that it does not like a weak battery. It kept idling pretty high. It was probably idling around 1800 to 2000, and I dropped it into gear to pull it out of the shop, and tires were spinning, and I couldn't stop the tires no matter how hard on the brakes I pressed. So I've got a couple black marks in the shop that I really wasn't wanting. I'm all for a good burnout out in the driveway. I didn't really want black marks in the shop on the painted floor, but it is what it is now. So, but I'll show you those in just a second. So let's go ahead and get started, and appreciate everybody watching. Well, there's my first set of black marks, and then it goes on to out, and I kicked it out of gear and had my foot on the brake. Instead of it coasting out, I left a couple more black marks, but I guess it's mine now. So there's the fun. So here's the little kit that I got. I think it was like $24, something like that. Figured it was good enough just to get started with, just to see if I like it or not, or if I want to try and find something different, because I've seen this stuff, but I've never used it. So I went ahead and got this little kit, and comes with a little paintbrush, another little paintbrush, little sponge brush, and gloves. Now, I have read it's a really good idea to use these gloves when you're painting, because this stuff doesn't come off of you very easy from what other people are saying. So this is the cleanser and the degreaser. So I'll pour that in a bottle. And then this is the metal prep. So I will pour that in another bottle. And then this is the tiny little can. It says it's supposed to cover 6 square feet. So I definitely don't have that much to do right now. One other thing that I've heard about this stuff is that if you don't use it all in one time and you put the lid back on it, that you'll only use it one more time, because when you get the lid off of it, it won't seal again. So what I'm gonna try and do is, when I open it up, I'm gonna try and put tape around the inside of the lip and fold it over out to here, so that if I do get any on, I can just peel that tape off, push this back down in there, and be able to reuse this 2 or 3 more times, because I definitely don't have 6 square feet that I got to do right now. So that's what that is. Put all this stuff back in there, and I've got some different gloves that I'm definitely going to use rubber gloves whenever I'm doing the cleanser and the metal prep, because I don't know what that stuff is or what it does to hands and skin and all that stuff. So rather than figure that out the hard way, I'm gonna do something the easy way. And then my spray bottles, the dollar store. Figured that was a bargain. Hopefully they work and they don't leak, like I said, but we'll see how these work too. That way I'll know if I want to go back and get more from the dollar store if I ever need them. Okay, so that stuff is on there, and I got a little drip on me, and it's already burning. All right, so we'll keep it wet for 15 minutes and see what it does. Okay, so the 15 minutes is up. I guess it's time to spray all this stuff off. Okay, so what I'm washing off down here is that piece that I cut off. Doesn't look a whole lot different, but I guess it looks a little bit different. But that's what I was spraying off there. All right, so my goal wasn't really to dry this with the vacuum cleaner, but it was just to get the water that was kind of standing there, make sure that it was all blown off so that the metal prep wasn't diluted any. So, all right, 15 more minutes. Okay, it's rinse time for the metal prep. Okay, so I think I forgot to metal prep this. So I'm gonna hit this with metal prep. And then where the body mount is out here, I forgot to cleanse it before, so I cleansed it while I was body prepping or metal prepping this. So I'll metal prep this right here, which will redo this again, and then I'll hit this out here, but I probably won't show you that, so it's boring. right, so here is what the metal looks like after the cleaner and the metal prep, which it's kind of interesting what that metal prep is doing right around in there. It's not dry over here, but all up in here and right around in here, I don't know what it's doing, but it is making that metal look different. So I guess it is a necessary step. Now this out here doesn't look that much different. It does look a little bit different right in here. That looks a little different. But look what it did to the metal on the body carb. That was just bare steel before. So it's doing something. Not quite sure what that something is, but okay. Well, she came back in the garage a lot better than she went out. I had the battery charger on it and that did the trick. She was a lot happier this time than she was the first time. All right, so it's the next day. Different clothes, painting clothes, old shirt, because I know I'm gonna get it on me. I always do. So, gonna go ahead and get started with the POR 15 top coat. It says to put 2 coats on it. So let's go ahead and tear into it and get started. So here it is, the finished product. I realized that I didn't get this stuff up in here, but I'll get that with a rust reformer and hit those areas. But I did get inside there, and like I said, I'll also get up in there, get that with the rust reformer. But actually, this stuff does pretty well, and it's already dry. So it's only been a couple of hours, but yeah, I think that's pretty good stuff. So I even got underneath here. So covered pretty well. It's a little bit runny, but it really gets into the cracks and crevices real well. So I'm pretty impressed. I may go ahead and make a big purchase of it so that later on I can continue using it. But I think I'm going to end up having to, I think I'm gonna replace this. It's down here, this is part of the firewall and the frame, or the body mount. So I'll end up coming in here, cutting this maybe right across here, but I'll get a new toe board for it and replace that. I already need to replace this, so I can do that as well. But yeah, for the POR 15, I'm impressed. I like it. I think it'll help the car out for years and years to come. So there we have it. I also hit these areas out here where the new rocker panel is going to weld into, and where the body mount is, got in there. This is part of the piece that I'm going to be replacing with the toe board, so wasn't too worried about getting that. I started to get it up in here, but I decided that once I cut that out, I'll be able to get to it and do it easier. But so that's it. Pretty good shape, I think. Ready for fitting of the rocker panel now. Well, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this episode. Got quite a bit accomplished, or I feel like I got quite a bit accomplished. Got the cleanser done, rinsed, got the metal prep done, rinsed, and then got all the inside of this area here painted with POR 15. And it feels like it set up pretty well. It's feels like it's already pretty hard. So I am impressed with this stuff, and I'm glad that I'm got this far with that. So didn't POR 15 anything back here. Did do the rust reformer back here, but I think still considering doing the quarter panel with the full door area here. So more than likely I am going to go ahead and order that and do that, so that way I have everything that I want. You know, I can see in there, make sure that everything is good and repaired and no rust for later on. So didn't have a whole lot of time to get a lot of work done on the car this week. I spent a lot of time out here trying to clean up this shop. It was a mess. I was having to step over stuff, and it was just got to be way too much. So I spent a couple of days just cleaning the shop this week, and got it to where it is now easier to walk around, and I feel better that it's clean. It's still cluttered, but I need to work on some of that stuff too. But I got some holes marked out for the rocker panel on the front, and I need to mark out and drill some of the holes back here. I haven't drilled the ones on the rocker panel yet, but the ones underneath here, I need to drill those, mark those out and drill those and get those ready too. So I will try and do some of that this week. Not sure that I will film all that, but at least I'll be out here getting some stuff done, I hope. So guys, I appreciate everybody watching, appreciate everybody coming back. I appreciate your encouraging words. And I look forward to seeing y'all next week, and hope y'all come back. So thanks everybody. Have a good week, and God bless.